Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our first Angels Baseball Family podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Jason Kroom, here with the other host, Phil Esposito. Hi, Phil.
Hey.
Our ABF podcast is sponsored by Angels Baseball Family, of course, and you fans. So, first up the bat, we're going to talk about the Freeway Series. Yes, I know we all have hopes and aspirations for the season. So does the other team on the 5. However, this is one of the greatest rivalries out there in sports, especially in baseball. Now, we also we have some family members that do wear the blue, unfortunately. I'm not sure how you handle them. I usually kind of ignore them throughout the season, but I know usually they try to troll. Like, this is the time of season they try to troll on your Facebook pages. Do you have that issue right now, Phil?
No, actually I don't. I'm pretty lucky. Nobody really trolls on mine. They usually just, let me hear shit to my face if they want to run their mouths.
Yeah, usually Dodger fans don't really show up until the second half of the season. A lot of them are, seem to be bandwagoners, and a lot of times you ask them who certain players are, they only know who Yasiel Puig is, and
Don Mattingly.
And most of them just say, you know what, I haven't watched the baseball season because I'm fresh out.
Or they just don't get Time Warner.
Or, yes, they get Time Warner, but they can't watch it.
They try to steal it from their neighbors.
So right now we got a nice 3-game set down the I-5 in that old crusty stadium they call Chavez Ravine. It's a big series because Angels just came off of a tough road series at Houston. Angels are 2 games back now.
It's all right. We'll get it back.
Yes, with about, 61 to play or so?
It's more than enough time to get all that back.
I remember about this time of the season, I think Oakland was up by 10 games on us, and we just came out of there like a bat out of hell and went on fire in the second half and took care of them. So looking forward to the same thing. Not really too worried. Not time to panic yet. So what's your assessment of this season so far, Phil?
So far, I think the season's gotten pretty good. We seem to be sticking in there with it. It's not like we're like the last few seasons kind of struggling, not knowing where we're at. I think we're doing pretty good. I think we're going to keep on going where we're going, catch up, take first place again, and win the West just like the Angels of old.
I hear you on that. And we actually, it seems like we have a system down. Slow April, pick it up in May, get really hot in June and July, cool down a little bit after the All-Star break, and then catch fire. Yeah. It seems like a pattern.
It's that trade deadline that comes in and gets us, and we're trying to just get used to having new players and get everything to gel together. That just seems to take a little bit of time after the All-Star break.
So, just recently, we saw that reported by Jennifer Tobin on our ABF page through the source she cited that Sean Newcomb has moved up to AA Arkansas. What do you think about this Sean Newcomb kid?
Honestly, I haven't really seen him pitch too much. I mean, the short stint that I did see him pitch, he's been pitching pretty good. Hopefully up in Arkansas, he can learn his craft a little bit more, get himself ready to be up in the bigs in a couple of years. I'd be happy to see a new young arm. We got some of our rotations getting a little bit older, so we're going to need to start getting those young arms ready. So I'm pretty happy to see him moving up and getting ready.
Awesome. Well, since you've been hiding under some damn rock somewhere, Phil, let me go ahead and give you a little bit of an assessment about this kid. He's out of was it Hartford College? Well, you have to get the details. I know he's an East Coast kid. He's about 6. I want to say he's about 6'7", 230, lefty. He gets up into the mid 90s. He has a good fastball, and I believe he has a good slider curveball. So he's looking good. I've seen him pitch a couple times. I've seen him pitch at Most obviously, all of his pitching so far in the minor leagues has been at Inland Empire. He's fared pretty well. He's a nice, friendly kid, very quiet. He seems like he has his head together. I'm getting the reports right now that he's from Brockton, Massachusetts, born June 12th, 1993. Young 22-year-old. Yeah, and he's out of Hartford. He's actually 6'5", so I gave him a couple inches on his height. So thank you for the report. That's our tried and true source that brings in stats and information whenever I need it. Thank you, Amy, for that.
So how long before Jennifer gives me shit for not knowing about Newcomb?
Probably as soon as you record this and she hears it.
I'll be waiting for it.
Shout outs to Jennifer on our ABF page for all the updates. Any information you need regarding the minor league reports, major league, rehab starts. As a matter of fact, Jared Weaver is going to rehab again on Tuesday. And looks like he'll be at Inland Empire. So if you haven't gotten a chance, it's $2 Tuesday. So I believe it's $2 tickets, $2 hot dogs, $2 parking over at the Inland Empire at San Manuel Stadium, San Bernardino, California, off of East Street, right off the 215 freeway. So, what do you think? How many games have you been to over at San Bernardino, Phil?
What, this year or overall?
Just this year in the 2015 season.
2015, only a couple of games this year. I plan to go to a whole bunch more, though. I'm probably going to catch the last half of this season. That's about to come to a wrap here in about, a month or so?
Yes, the minor league seasons usually wrap up about a month before the major league seasons. I believe the last week of the season, homestands end of August for 66ers. Then they are on the road for 3. The Quakes, the Rancho Cucamonga. And there is a MVP giveaway of Trout and Clayton Kershaw that night.
Nobody cares about Kershaw.
So you could take half that piece and throw it in the trash and just keep the other piece if you want. So we actually are throwing an event. Jennifer Tobin, if you want to reach out to her, she has the event. She has the event going on. If you reach out to her for ticket information, just reach out to her, message her on Facebook. She's our admin on ABF. Also, a shout out to Joanna Salazar, who handles our merchandise. So if you ever want a Angels Baseball Family shirt, hoodie, or whatnot, you'll reach out to her.
So that's how I get one of those shirts I always see everybody wearing?
Yes, you do.
Nobody ever told me that. All I see is everybody just wearing ABF shirts, kids wearing ABF shirts. Nobody ever told me shit.
Well, read the post, and you'll see.
Maybe I should.
If you guys get time, go ahead. I know we do post a lot of information, and all the information we do, we do it to our best ability for you guys, because you are also Angels fans, and we are one big Angels baseball family. So anything you have questions on, you can message the admin. You could contact us. Jennifer handles the updates. Joanna handles the merchandise. I handle a lot of the event planning and tailgates. Just to let you know, August, just a wrap-up of August, we have an August 8th tailgate coming up where we're joining AngelsWin.com and HalosNations.com underneath the Big A. That starts around 2 p.m. BYOB, and bring some food out. ABF is going to donate a piñata and some of my famous Croom Dogs beef jerky. So come on out and have a good time. Also, August 22nd, there is a tailgate, a back-to-school tailgate underneath the Big A. Angels Baseball Family will be primarily hosting that one. So come on out. That one should start about 1 to 2 p.m. as well. Details to follow on Angels Baseball Family page. So, Phil, what do you think about our last homestand? We swept Boston.
Yeah, we did sweep Boston. We were playing really good against Boston.
We took care of Minnesota.
Yep.
We had a really good, all in all, we had a pretty good homestand. And, I mean, we got to see Pujols do some things.
That's nothing new. Pujols is always doing some things.
Right? Passing up Mike Schmidt.
Yep.
What's his name? His full, Michael
Jack Schmidt.
Didn't you love that name? Imagine if your mom named you Michael Jack Schmidt. You probably don't give a care about jack shit.
Probably not.
So, yeah. So, the homestand was great. However, this series against Houston,
not so great.
Not so great. Couple of the games could have been one of the games could have been won. Our pitching struggled. CJ struggled. Now he's on the DL.
But Shoemaker pitched really good. We just didn't give him any run support at all.
Yeah, Shoemaker's making the case for that starter role.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, from the outside looking in, does he look like the odd man out?
I don't think so. I think if he can keep pitching the way he's pitching, he won't be the odd man out at all. They'd be stupid to make him the odd man out.
Well, Weaver's coming back. Yeah, Weaver.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the problem's solved right now because CJ's on the DL.
Right.
So that kind of works out, and hopefully he can keep the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Now we have to wait for CJ to come back.
Yeah, but that just gives guys like Garrett Richards just a better chance to show exactly what they got, how good their stuff is, and move up in the rotation.
Next man up.
Yep.
Everybody steps up. That's what a team's about. So now we're at the segment where we've already talked about the Freeway Series. Just to let you know, I'll give you kind of a highlight of tonight's lineup. We got batting first, Jen's boy, Johnny G.
Wait. Who's not Jen's boy, though?
Oh, there's a shot right there. Listen.
You either get Newcomb or Giavotella. Make your choice. You can't have both.
That's right. Batting second is right fielder. Skin that smoke wagon, smoke that skin wagon, Mr. I got a cannon of an arm, Cole Calhoun. Batting third, two-time All-Star Game MVP.
Nobody else can say back-to-back All-Star MVP, by the way. Nobody else has ever done it.
No, nobody else has ever done it.
And nobody else ever will.
No, I don't think so. I think I'll be 6 feet under by the time that happens.
Now it's time for back-to-back-to-back All-Star MVP.
I like that. I like Mike Trout World Series MVP. That has a nice ring to it.
That's a very nice ring to it.
As a matter of fact, right now I'm looking down. I'm wearing a Mike Trout Rookie of the Year T-shirt, and I'm wearing my speaking of Mike Trout, and my Angels 4th of July hat that the old lady friend got me. Thank you. Looks like you're wearing some Angels gear as well there, Phil.
Yep. I'm wearing my, authentic MLB collection from Majestic Angel shirt that I picked up for $1 from the Goodwill because I got lucky.
Hey, sometimes, a deal's a deal, a steal's a steal. So this part of the segment coming up.
Hey, you stopped at Mike Trout batting third. You didn't even get to the cleanup spot or the rest of the lineup.
This part of the segment is unofficially sponsored by Coors Light. Batting fourth, here is number 5, Albert Pujols.
Hey, if it's sponsored by Coors Light, they better send us some free product. I'm just saying.
Or they'll probably sue us.
No, I don't think so.
Nah, we'll give them a shout out. Hey, look it. Lloyd was right. Ibar moved down.
Yeah, but he should move down further. I agree with Lloyd on that one.
Lloyd Spitzer had a serious point the other day about Ibar's not really a fifth hitter. I know Howie did it pretty good. He did from the 4th spot last year, but
I mean, I totally agree with Lloyd. If you have Ibar behind Pujols, there's no real threat behind Pujols, and he's not going to get very many good pitches at all to hit.
You're going to need someone. Too bad Freeze wasn't there. I know Freeze wasn't really batting over 250, but Freeze has a reputation of being. He is a World Series MVP, and he does have his clutch moments.
And he was starting to show some pop. He hit that one bomb not too long ago. Bo Jackson territory.
Yeah, he crushed it pretty deep. Too bad. Pelfrey kind of beamed him in the hands.
Yeah, it was a cheap shot.
Yeah, he kind of went up it in, but we'll digress.
Yeah.
Batting 5th is Murphy. What is he right now batting about 290, 296. So that's not bad. Ibar is batting. He's batting 6th now. Yeah, so that's not too bad. That's a good spot for him. He's good at anywhere from 6 to 9. I think is good.
Yeah.
But of course, we're playing the National League, so he won't be batting.
Right. But he's a good table setter, though.
Hey, this guy Gillespie came in. He's feeling pretty decently, it seems like. He's batting 7th. And we got Chris Iannetta, who has, 5 home runs in the last 11 games, was it?
He just found his swing all of a sudden.
Lo and behold, he's at the Mendoza line, ladies and gentlemen.
First time in a long time an Angels catcher has been there.
Right? Jeff Mathis.
Molina,
yeah. Oh,
Molina.
Jose. No, not Benji.
No, Jose
Benji's
was
a
the
beast.
one who was. But yeah, Jeff Mathis.
The other guy that was.
Napoli was there for a while.
Yeah. Napoli wasn't too bad.
Who else was there? Bobby Wilson was below the Menendez
line.
Remember
Bobby Wilson.
Where's he at now? Tampa Bay?
I think he's a bullpen catcher for somebody now.
No, he's a Yankee. That's right. He's been in New York for a while.
Even worse. So, we got Iannetta 8th. Hey, and your starting pitcher is your first-time All-Star. For nice screwball, nice fastball. What is he at? Fourth in ERA.
Yeah.
In the AL. Pitching what a turnaround. If you guys get a chance to read his article on Angels.com of how he took notes in his book, check that out. That's a good how he writes down his notes. He's very studious. He's a great student of the game. Hector Santiago. Hopefully, he could keep that ERA low. Hopefully, our bats could wake up, and we could get some runs. And let's take the first game of this series down in Chavez Ravine.
Yeah, I think Santiago's only real threat is Jacques Peterson. Like, that kid's just been on fire.
That kid is nasty.
Yeah,
that guy hits bombs. I remember he hit one. Granted, it's spring training off of Matt Shoemaker, and that I don't think has landed yet. But that's fine because I'm sure we got guys in our lineup that could probably hit it to the all-you-can-eat section. Actually, the all-you-can-eat section. Is that left field pavilion over there?
I think so, but Jack Peterson will never hit one into a trout net.
Yeah, he won't hit it into a trout net. Take that, buddy. And, by the way, Dodger dogs suck. They're just beat up elbows and assholes of a turkey grinded up.
Which makes sense of why they are sold at Dodger Stadium.
Yep. Overrated.
Yep.
Come try a Legends dog. It's over at the barbecue stand that used to be the Clyde Wright stand. That is amazing. Now, I guess to wrap up here in our segment, right now we're just doing a looks like a 30-minute session. This is our trial. This is our first episode. By the way, a side note before we finish up, rest in peace, Roddy Piper.
Yep.
The WWF at the time.
Back in the day,
superstar
Way
died
back
at
in the day.
61. At least he died in his sleep.
Yeah, they said he died peacefully.
Died peacefully.
I don't know if you want to go any longer. We're barely at 20 minutes, so.
So, we got 10 more minutes left in the segment, right?
I think so. Yeah, we can
Okay.
take as long as we want.
Okay, so we'll go 10 more.
If they don't like it too fucking bad.
Yeah, if you guys don't like it, you know where the off button is. So,
Oops, I started the video.
what I also gotta say is, what do you guys think about let's talk about trades and trade deadlines.
All right.
Looks like I haven't looked at the breaking news, but I don't foresee any breaking news happening.
I think the latest one was Cespedes becoming a Met.
Yeah.
Also, former Angel pitcher Dan Herron was traded to the Chicago Cubs.
Hey, they're doing good things out in Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, when you got that Epstein running the show out there, and then you pick up Joe Madden,
Yeah.
who a lot of Angel fans were hoping would be the heir apparent to Mike Scioscia when he, finally retires. But it looks like he might be a Chicago Cub for a while. They might be building something special over there with those young hitters, Bryant.
Yeah, it seems like it. They got a strong young team, and once they all start gelling together in the next few years, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Cubs just becoming a perennial playoff team.
Yeah. I mean, it only took him 100-something years, and Bartman Bartman play to get back to this point.
I still don't think that was Bartman's fault.
You know, that poor guy's still in hiding somewhere.
But I'll tell you this much, though. I can't wait to see what Chris Bryant's going to do once he matures and becomes just a great Major League ball player.
He'll be good, but he ain't no Kobe Bryant.
That's true. I'm just saying, I just can't wait to see what happens once he matures.
But you got to say the young talent right now with Trout, Harper, this Bryant kid, Jock Peterson.
Yeah.
The injured Stanton right now. But once he comes back, gosh, talk about a guy that could freaking hit at Bo Jackson territory. I think there's just a Mike Stanton territory now. He sets the bar when it comes to power.
I can't tell you how great it was to watch him hit one clear out of Dodger Stadium against the Dodgers.
Oh, wasn't that nice? He crushed it. He crushed the cover off that ball.
Yeah, he did.
So, what do you think about our trades? Who do you think is our best pickup between Murphy? You got Murphy out of Cleveland. Came. Then we picked up a little deal in Gillespie, which seems to be working.
I'll tell you, the one that I'm really, really liking is the Flying Hawaiian.
I like the Flying Hawaiian.
I think he was just a great pickup for us, Victorino. He's got that playoff experience. He's got that veteran experience that he could pass on to the younger guys. And he's won a couple World Series rings, so he knows what it means and what it's like to be there. So I personally think he's probably the best pickup that we got.
I like that. Yeah, the playoff experience helps. That's very key. I know Murphy, I believe he had a little bit with, was he with Texas at the time?
Yeah.
He had a little bit.
Until they got smoked by Pujols and the Cardinals in the playoffs.
At the time, yeah.
Pujols hit 3 home runs in one game against them, but just saying.
Did he? And then Freese still got the World Series MVP.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, wait, here we go. The Rangers claimed Bobby Wilson off waivers from Tampa Bay, since we were talking about Bobby Wilson.
Yeah, there's the Bobby Wilson side, people. There you go. If you're worried about where Bobby Wilson's at, he's with our rival, the Texas Rangers, along with Cole Hamels. So maybe he'll be like catching balls and strikes for him.
More balls than strikes.
Yeah, I seriously doubt he'll. I mean, they already got guys in place. So, there's been a lot of crazy trades.
Yeah. I mean, if you just see Toronto alone.
Toronto got stacked. It's funny because they're, 8 games out? They're what?
Something like that, and they go and they pick up Tulowitzki and...
I think they're 4 out of the wild card.
Who they just get? David Price?
Price went to...
No, Price went to Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah. They're trying to make a run for it. And in that East, it shouldn't be too hard because the Yankees have been playing like shit. Boston's not doing too good.
I haven't heard much.
Baltimore might be their only competition. I mean, I know the Yankees are trying to make a move for first, but I don't know if they're there or not yet.
Yeah, Toronto's stacking. They got Tulo, they got Price.
They got Josh Donaldson at the beginning of the season.
And they picked up... we got some possible breaking news. Looks like the Astros try to get Aroldis Chapman or Kimbrel, but I don't think they. I think the deadline's up now. Wasn't it 5 p.m. or was that Eastern or Western? I need to keep on track of that stuff before I start spitting out stuff. But they tried to get him. Doesn't look like they got him. Astros did get Johnny Gomes though. So that was crazy. That Wilmer Flores, see that? Where he's about to get he was told by Terry Collins he was traded, and then they kept him in the game.
Yeah, why do you even keep him in the game if you tell him that he's traded?
And then the fans were giving him a standing O, and he was tearing up. You know, there is crying in baseball. I know you say there. I know Tom Hanks says there's no crying in baseball, but right there, and look at Victorino. We had 2 episodes of crying in baseball. So, yeah, ipso facto, there is crying in baseball. So, yeah, I mean, looking at some of the acquisitions, Gomez is Houston's in it to win it. Picked up Cashmere, pitched great against us.
He pitched great for us, too.
No, yeah, he pitched really good for us
Yeah.
with his 5-point-something ERA.
Well, he had a few good starts.
Yeah,
Don't be trying to make me look bad. That's just wrong.
No, but his 11-17 record, or was it 11-17 in one season with us with a 5.8-something ERA? Not gonna get us to the playoffs. So.
I'm just gonna sit here and make me look bad.
Well, we're both just spouting out stuff off the top of our head.
That's true.
I mean, we're trying to, we're trying to look at sources. We don't have no paperboy interns running to us, handing us updates and stuff. We're just two gentlemen flipping through the laptops, trying to give you guys information.
So as of right now, Toronto is 6 games out, and with all the trades they made, I don't think it's going to be a far reach for them to take first place in the East. The Yankees barely have a 2-game lead over Baltimore Baltimore and Toronto as it is, because they both have the same record.
Yeah.
So that'd be a close race in the East.
It's going to be a close race. Right now, just looking at the standings for our Angels, we are, 2 games back?
We're 2 games back of Houston.
And then at the wild card, we're looking at... What are we looking at in the wild card?
Let me see if I can bring it up.
I know we're 2 games back at Houston. And I think we might be... I think we... Okay. Bear with us.
We are... Looks like we're one of the top 2 teams for the wild card, us in Minnesota.
So I figured, just wanted to double check.
We have a 2-game lead in the wild card.
So, yep. All right, so this is going to be our final point in the segment.
And if you remember, I believe it was in 2002 when we made the playoffs at the wild card spot.
2002 we did.
And then what happened?
Oh, the rest is history. We know. Got our first ring.
Yep.
We had a big turning point in that. One of my favorite players, the Sand Frog, hitting a turnaround home run.
Yep.
Was that Game 6 to turn the game around.
Yep.
Scott Spezio, hero. Poor guy. I wish him the best right now. He's going through some struggles in his life, but great guy. That was our shining moment. Let's see if we could get going this season.
Yeah.
But now to come to our final segment in Angels baseball family.
And once again, this show is brought to you by Coors Light.
Yes, unofficially sponsored. And unofficially, hopefully we get them to be official sometime.
I'm just trying to figure out where you're going with this.
I'm trying to pause so I can drink my beer and let you kind of...
Well, then pause and drink the beer, and I'll just give some shout-outs on Facebook here.
Oh. Let me pose for a photo. Oh, sponsor. Oh, sponsored by Coors. I'm going to pose for our photo. Here we go. So our final segment that we finally are getting to is one that Phil brought up.
Yep.
And this is Phil's corner right here. Phil's question of the week.
AKA the hot corner.
It's the hot corner. This one we're going to start out a little light.
Yeah.
And Phil asked a question on a post the other day. Would you like to go ahead, Phil?
Sure. Yeah, I just threw a quick question out there just to see what everybody's favorite piece of Angels memorabilia is that they own. And first off, I'm going to give a shout out to April Kelly just because she's been super freaking awesome and she's hooked me up more than once. And I appreciate her hooking me up. She said that her favorite piece of memorabilia was a car that she won at Angels Stadium.
That was so cool.
That is pretty cool, except for all the fees and everything that she had to pay.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah. Let's not spoil that moment, huh?
I think my favorite one, though, that's actually on here is David Cepeda. I hope I'm saying that right.
David Cepeda, yeah.
Yeah. He said he has Aiden Hart's last foul ball that he ever pitched, which I think is just insanely awesome. Aiden Hart was one of my favorite players until, unfortunately, that tragic accident in 2009.
Don't drink and drive, people.
Yeah. You think I should give a shout-out to my dad?
Give a shout out to your dad, Edward Esposito.
All right, I'll give a shout out to Pops. My dad, Edward Esposito, said he has a Jim Fregosi signed baseball.
Rest in peace. Jim.
Rest in peace, Jim Fregosi, which is pretty freaking awesome. And then he's also just 300 cards shy of collecting all of the Angels Topps cards from 1961 to our present 2015.
That is amazing. That's something. I don't know anybody that has every single Angels player. So I'd like to somehow figure out which players he's missing. If it's like an Albie Pearson, which I think he already has.
Probably.
A Dean Chance, I'm sure he has.
Yeah, and he gave me his double of Lyman Bostock.
Rest in peace, Lyman.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Donnie Moore.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's amazing. The 8 in the heart. That is cool.
Yeah, and I'm just going to give one last quick shout-out to Sandy Martinez just because her scrapbook sounds pretty cool.
Sandy's awesome.
1983. So she had Rod Carew, her favorite player, sign it, which is pretty freaking awesome.
Big Rod Carew.
Yep. Mr. 3000.
Yeah, I remember seeing, we went to the Twins game. I saw a big Papa Henson there. Shout out to Big Papa Anthony Henson wearing his Rod Carew jersey.
Yep. Don't you have a Carew jersey?
We were there. We took a selfie. 2 Live Carew. That's what that. If we made a rap group, that would be our name. 2 Live Carew. Now, Phil, I have to ask you, what's your favorite Angels memorabilia?
I was actually thinking about this the other day because I have a lot of Angels memorabilia. I got several items autographed by Wally Joyner, who is my absolute favorite Angel of all time. So that would probably be, I have like...
Wally World.
Wally World, yes. Before it was the Calzone, it was Wally World. But I think I have a few baseballs signed by him. I met him like 8 times. And then I have that jersey that I posted that I know a lot of people saw on Facebook of Wally Joyner, Mark McLemore, Dick Schofield, Bob Boone. They all signed it. So I think that would probably be that jersey just because it's got all those signatures and it's got Wally. What about you, Jason? What's your absolute favorite Angels memorabilia?
Man. That's good. That's a good question. I recently liked the Mike Trout baseball I got signed when Amy the young GF. Sorry, I won't say. I mean, not old as in old. I'll get my ass kicked, but OL, good old. You know, like how Southern people say it.
It's pretty amazing how quick you corrected yourself.
I said Grace. So. We went out to Arizona to go watch the Angels and Diamondbacks in 121-degree weather. Day game. Yes, we're crazy. Baseball fans. And crazy, too. But we drove out there. And it is a dumb stadium, so it's about 77 degrees inside. Before the game, we're hanging out. Decided to go get some autographs. Girlfriend... I got her a Matt Shoemaker autograph, which was cool. So I got some brownie points there. But mine after getting a few other players and stuff, my favorite one was the Mike Trout autograph ball I got. Signed it, tossed it back up, and I was like, nice. So I'd say that's probably one of my favorite, and the fact that the Angels won that day. But I gotta say, it's actually, I hate to say this, but it's my second favorite compared to meeting my boyhood idol Bobby Grich and then getting his autograph when I first met him out a few years back in spring training. I actually got his autograph, got to chit-chat with him a little bit, told him, you know, growing up, that's how I molded my game off of him and Harold Reynolds.
It's a shame it didn't work out for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, tough breaks. You know, what can you do? You know, didn't have the tools of the trade, but I still could outplay you, but we'll just leave it at that. Anyways, no way, we're not here to be Bruce Springsteen and talk about glory days. But that's awesome. I mean, there's a lot going on, folks, so yeah. Keep in tune. I hope we could bring this to you once a week. like a 30-minute or so wrap up of the week.
Unless you want us to go longer, we could always go longer.
If you want us, we can talk on forever, especially me. I mean, I talk to hear myself talk, I guess, sometimes.
Or if you want to be a guest, just let us know.
Yes,
we'll get
actually,
you on here.
Good idea. That's what I was going to say. The next week...
Except for Charles. He's not allowed to be a guest.
Charles, you can show up. Just bring a beer. Next week, if we do a wrap-up session, it's not going to be on Friday because we will be at the game. Most likely, it might be a Sunday session, or we'll have to figure something out.
Yeah.
I mean, unless we're at the stadium, we podcast straight from the stadium.
Maybe
we'll have to figure out the Wi-Fi situation. Stay tuned. We're new at this. We'll talk to you soon. Angels baseball family, blessings and good night.
Sweep the Dodgers.